Hi everyone. What does a maker do in a time of crisis? A maker makes things. So I want to show you today how I have made this pleat style mask with elastic for the ears and a pocket in the top to add an extra layer of filter material. These are not medically approved, however, may add a layer of protection to you or to someone else who is wearing a medically approved mask. I'm starting with a piece of fabric that is 7.5 by 15 inches, and I have already serged over the two short edges. If you don't have a serger, you can use a zigzag. I have two pieces of 7-inch elastic, and I've made a jig for myself using a piece of buckram that I have folded into pleats. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll fold the piece of fabric matching the short edges. And I'm going to stitch a 1.5 inch seam allowance from either edge, leaving a hole for turning. I have a piece of tape on my machine which allows me to start sewing at my 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to stop at the piece of tape. That's my 1.5 inch seam. And then I'm going to take this next piece of the other side of the fabric, and I'm going to line it up with the piece of tape, and I'm going to stitch to the end. So that's how I'm easily able to quickly stitch the 1.5 inch seam. And then I'm going to take the raw edges and I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance from end to end. I'll turn it right side out using my finger to poke into the corner. And then I will finger press each of the seams. Take my jig and center it over the fabric and fold in my pleats. This is very quick to do with the jig. And then I'm going to stitch. You can see that the jig is it's leaving me about 3/8 of an inch of fabric to sew. And I'm stitching, making sure that I'm not catching that buckram as I sew. Now I've got the mask with the pleats stitched in, and I'm going to take the elastic and match it up to each of the 4 corners. Fold it, making sure that I don't have a twist in the elastic. I'll do a little bit of extra back tacking. Stitch down to the other side. And there we go. I've got my mask with the elastic, got the hole in the top for inserting a piece of tissue or some other type of filtration material, and then I'm done. Now if I want, I can take this to the machine, to the iron, and go ahead and iron it. Now, so you can easily do this if you have some cotton fabric. Go ahead and pre-wash it. You can make these for healthcare providers. Check with nursing homes, fire departments, police departments, anyone that you think may need some extra protection, maybe even for yourself or your family. Hope you're having a great day. God bless, and together we will get through this coronavirus crisis.